Uh, okay, let's see. Of course, I didn't do the most important thing. Open my drawing program. That music bangs my ears. It's a bit too loud. Okay. I did so many things today, and nobody will know because I'm like a master secret mat. Whatever. I'm sending you on a ad break. Uh, okay. We should not have any ads for about an hour, which is awesome and cool and awesome and cool. And awesome and cool. Hello, Rev. I am the most awesome. A thumbs up one? Yeah. Wait. Thumbs up? This is thumbs down. Where is the thumbs up? This is thumbs up. I'm drawing a thumbs down now. At least I'm sketching. I did so many things today. You'd get jealous if you knew. So, first of all, okay, it wasn't first, but it's most important. I went outside, which is already like an event, you know? I touched some grass. Dragon vampire. Who said there was a sun outside? Maybe it's like dark and clouds and sad and scary. And I was like having fun with my depression or something. Plus, I only vampire when it comes to sucking dick. So it's a bit different. Was the grass cut? There was a lot of grass. It wasn't the only one place. It was many spots. Dang, expect to say that when the L is done. Listen, I am no stranger to inappropriate jokes. But there should be at least some kind of the art of suck, yes, but there should be at least some limit to hello Roomba. I will stretch in a moment. I'm a bit locked in right now. Yeah, there we go. Yay. I want this guy to be a little bit like chibi-esque, but not too. Was all that the important things in the day? Me going outside? Um, You know, it would be funny if I said that's it. Why did I do the thumbs up? Oh, and thumbs up, and he's way smaller. But we'll work with what we have. I'll just shrink. No, I actually did about so. I have a. Johan gifted me a sort of do you make your own type of thing plushie that you're supposed to saw in together by yourself. Problem with that is DIY. It's, I guess it is DIY. I guess you can call it that. It's not like DIY in a sense that out of materials that you need to source yourself. It was like already a kit of things that just have everything to do it and a guide. So I guess it's close to DIY, but not exactly. Regardless, it's a plushy dog, and I started doing it a little bit of a month ago. I'm doing it very slowly. I'm not making it in one evening. So I'm a bit of slow in progress. But today I got to the part where I'm making. I didn't get to that part actually today. I get to it a bit earlier than that. But today I got to the part where that pissed me off so much. I was so there is it's like a multicolored dog. So it has like a brown/orange muzzle and white top. Oh my, I don't know how to explain it. It has white patches of fur, so it's like, so its face is multicolored, and it needs to be sure, gay dog, and it needs to be these two multicolors need to be on together, but because the face is supposed to be round and it's supposed to be rounded, so it's a little bit, the white piece is bigger and there is two brown spots that are attached to the top left and the top right of the white thing. Problem is that because it's rounded, they need to be kind of curved, and because of that they need to be sawn in a little bit weirdly, and I've had a big struggle figuring out how to hold it all together while I do that, which I guess I did at the end. It's fine. It took me several tries to nail it. I had to like rip everything apart and not rip, but like carefully disassemble, because I can't rip. I don't have any fabric to spare. It is very weird. That's the problem. It's not that I'm explaining it poorly. It's that it's the piece itself is a little bit weird. I guess I can show it. Like, okay. So this is the white piece of the white fabric. And then I have 2 pieces of brown fabric like this. And there's a hole in here as well because it's a front face and I need to make a muzzle. So I need to attach this here and this here. Seems easy, right? I need to do it seems easy because what you do is you do this, right? And you then would logically saw this thing like this. But that way, if you do that, the string is showing. So what it actually looks like, so the string wouldn't show. This piece is actually bigger. It has a little bit more fabric at the edges. And this piece also has more fabric at the edges. So what you do is you align this piece fuck it, for some reason it deselected everything, whatever. You need to attach these 2 things, but you need to do it in a way so it's like kind of on inside. Do you understand? And now if you think with portals, this piece is technically much bigger than this side. Even on that diagram, this piece is way bigger. And even if I take into account of attaching to this, it's still much bigger. It's like maybe half a centimeter bigger. And I need to attach it to this thing. So it needs to be kind of like slightly squeezed, I guess. They expect to, but at the same time, like it doesn't show. They don't show you or don't tell you anything about that in the instruction. So I had to figure that out, but I did it in the end. But that's not the bit that pissed me off because, well, it's awkward, but I get why. The bit that pissed me off is this shit, the muzzle, because as the muzzle, what they do as the muzzle is that there is 2 pieces like this, and then you assume test. It is very hard. So there's 2 pieces like that. They have extended. You connect them. They sort of, in the end, look like this, and there is a thing inside where it's connected. So they're like, you connect them like this. They connect only on one side, and that makes. Why did I draw? Oh my god, that looked awful. In the end, it has like this thing, and it also has outer edge that you technically would put in here in the front, right? But how? Yeah, coffee bean, sure. But how would you do that? You know, how do they explain it? Okay, it's a bit harder to draw because it's like a 3D space and I'm drawing a 2D thing. What the fuck happened? Hello? Oh, okay. So what happened? That these things I got attached. And now I need to work on the muzzle. First of all, on the instruction that they have, they asked me to cut. On the drawing, there is this small piece that a circle, right? That you need to mark. There is a circle that you need to mark, and then there is they ask you to mark the top of the muzzle and the bottom of the muzzle. Of course, on the inside of the fabric, not the outside. But just for reference, we'll imagine that it is outside. So there is this circle on the reference paper, and then there is this circle on the reference paper, right? So what they ask you to do, I actually, give me a moment. I'll bring in paper and I'll try to translate it so you can try to figure out what the fuck they're saying. Okay, so they say mark down the top and the bottom of the muzzle, which is these things. Then they ask you to put this muzzle piece with the thingy on here. They ask you to put it on here, like on top. They don't specify. Okay, no, they specify that it needs to be muzzle out. So it's like this is the inside. What we see is inside of the muzzle. So they ask you to put it on this spot. Then to make sure that these spots align with these spots, and then they ask you to push the muzzle through this hole. Of course, I'm not drawing like accurately to the size, but as you can notice from my drawing, and I try to stay accurate to the size, the fucking piece, this piece is much fucking bigger than this hole. Right? So, if I push it through the fucking hole, how it looks from the front, I will draw a bit roughly. So, this is how it looks from the front. So how it would look from the front is that there's this hole, and if I push this shit from the front, it would look like this. It would look like it's very long, and it's not how it's supposed to look. So I already threw out the reference paper because you're supposed to cut them, and they're like basically a trash after you cut the fabric. And so I don't really know the actual size of the muzzle now, but I definitely remember that there was a small hole that they asked me to cut out, and I definitely marked it correctly because I remember that the hole that I cut on paper was also small. So I was like, that's not right. And I looked the instruction, and on the instruction there is also a small hole. But then I look at the instruction that shows a reference image, and the hole there is big. The hole there marked to cut out is actually this size. Like, not the small one. I don't know why there's a small one, but the actual big one. They ask you to cut at a big one. And then I'm like, but then how are you supposed to saw this together? Because this thing supposed to stay inside, right? And then this thing's supposed to be bent inwards, I guess. I was thinking. I right now I'm going through my thinking progress. This thing's supposed to. So what you're maybe supposed to do is you would probably cut this and keep the hole, but then you would bend out the edges like this way and tie the saw this part to this part. And then I'm like, no, that wouldn't work, because this way, the muzzle would just slide out. It would look like... it would look like this, maybe? Because there would be a cut hole and it wouldn't be connecting. And you would still see the edge where the cut is, because it's supposed to be a one piece. So I'm thinking, and I'm like reading, and what they do is just to tell you to put this thing in the hole and just saw this part to this part. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. They're like, yeah, connect the marks and just saw them together. And I'm just sitting there, what the fuck? So what I decided to do in the end, I actually, no, that's not what I decided to do at the end. First of all, I was in that process where I was thinking maybe I need to cut this into parts. Maybe I'm like stupid. Oh my god, what the cat is doing? Maybe I'm like stupid. Maybe I really need to do the cut. So I did the cut, and I'm like, and I'm putting this thing through, and I realize it won't be holding in together. There will be a hole here and here. I just can't, like, how do I tie them together? It's supposed to be a one piece again, and I'm just separating them basically. It's supposed to be tied in as one string. So, and now I have a small hole, and I cut this, and it's cut, and it's like two separate things. It's like this now. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm sitting there thinking maybe I fucked something up, and I don't have any spare fabric to redo this. So I'm just sitting there like fucking sweating my ass, literally and mentally, like physically and mentally. And then I look at the instruction and look at the part where it shows to cut this big one. So I do that. I push the thing through like it said in the instruction, and it fits properly, and I'm like, but the way that I would usually saw it together still doesn't work. So I'm thinking, like, how would I do that? In the end, I just decided to bend this part a little bit in, just a little bit. And I saw the suit in the sticking out part of the muzzle, and it looks a bit better now. It's still kind of fucked up, because what I didn't realize because oh my god, my phone is calling. I'm not answering anything right now, sorry. What I didn't realize while I was connecting them, because you're supposed to do, if you're doing something hard, you're supposed to first connect it with like wide passes of string, like temporarily. Basically, it would be like big things just to hold it in together, and then you do the fine ones where it's like this. So while I was doing the temporary ones, I started it from here, and it was sort of fine, but at some point it kind of shifted, so the muzzle is like tilted right now, and I can't redo it. Well, I can, but it will take me so long because I spent like half an hour on it, and I don't want to spend any more time. And even worse, while I was I started here. Let me put it. I started here, and I put in the temporary things, right? This is temporary things. I did them, la la la. And then I went for permanent stitches. So I start here. It's already tilted, but I was like, whatever, I don't care enough. So I put in a thing, I start sewing, I do the thing, and somewhere in here, somewhere at this spot, because I had like a very long piece of string that was attached to my needle. DVD insert, I know, right? But because I had a very long needle, something happened when I was going from this direction inside. Something happened, and like this very long piece of string got a tie, like a big tie, right here. And I'm putting the thing in, and it just kind of gets to the point where there is a tie, and then I have all this string, but this part is very short, and I'm sitting there, I don't know what to do now, because I can't just redo all this part. Well, I can, but I got lazy, I guess, and I had this very small piece of string that is not enough to finish this part. So I tried to save it. First of all, I pushed my needle back. So now I have all this. I have all this piece of string that is like all this long, and there is a tie here. First of all, I tried to untie the tie. I did untie one of the ties, but then I saw that there is 3 ties actually in there, and I was like, I don't know how that happened. So I stopped, and I finished till here, and then I tied a knot so it wouldn't slide, and I just started a new one from here. But then, okay, but then the worst part that happened, I pushed the muzzle in there. So it's like actually normal now. It looks like sort of like this, and there's this tilted stitch. Even though it's supposed to be like this, it's a tilted stitch. So muzzle looks like this now, which is okay. I don't really care. I'm fine if it's crooked. I never done sealing before. But what happened here, as I push it in there, this, I don't know what happened. The stitches here, they didn't break. They're still there. But I guess one of the parts that was just got detached. So as I push it in, there is a hole in here. There's just a hole. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck do I do with that? So I had to push it back in, and I had to re-stitch it. From here all the way, because I don't want it to be like 2 different stitches. So I had to re-stitch all this shit together. It was so annoying. So the story behind me getting this thing is that me and Jochen were in the arts and crafts store about November. I think it was November, and I saw this plushie kit, and I was like, "Oh, this plushie is cute," because it's like Jochen, because it's same color dog. And Jochen bought it, and said like it will be a gift for the Christmas or New Year's or something. And they gifted it to me a month later, Problem is, in hindsight, if I knew that it has such bad instructions and that they didn't cheap out on materials, but they included such a bare minimum that there's no way you can make a mistake and not have to buy a replacement. There's like the amount of fabric that I got left is less than maybe like 5 by 5 uh, per color, and there's only 2 colors. Well, there's 3 colors, but yeah, mass product. I know, but they could have included like at least enough, just in case you fucked one piece. Just in case there is. The thing is, there's like a decent amount of fabric is left. There's like a little bit of a leftover of fabric for each color, and it's a decent chunk. And if they included maybe just 5 more centimeters, there would be enough for just in case you made a mistake and you need to fix it. But they didn't. Pisses me off. Rah. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna send you an ad. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do a toilet break. Here, I'm gonna leave you with this guy. I think we're in the point where you hate it, but you can't expect companies to make fair products. The thing, well, okay, I guess, but at the same time, it's not like a big corporate company that it's like it's made by a small company, and uh, I understand why they need to cut corners in a way, but at the same time, I think the thing was uh about 20 so bucks. I might be wrong, but it was about $20, maybe 15. And the cost of the materials is like, okay, the roll of string, maybe like half a dollar. With a needle would be a dollar. Okay, maybe. Then fabric would at worst, but since they're buying it in mass, it would be cheaper. But at worst, if you account for like if you buy it as a consumer, it would be closer to maybe 5, and they still have like at least 10 bucks left over. If you account for tax, which is I think about 50% of the price, somewhere around that. No, actually it's 30. I'm wrong. In Russia it's 30. Um if you account for this 30%, it's you they have like they have 5 bucks of uh stupidly $5 of clear revenue. And in many cases there, and again it is assuming that they did buy everything at the pricier cost, but I would bet my ass that the string and the needle and fabric would cost them maybe $5 total at worst. But I bet it's like closer to 3 because the amount of fabric is not very big. The string costs nothing, and the needle also costs nothing. So in the end, it's just there's nothing there. Okay. Resurrect comes out. So what happens in the end is I'm discouraged from buying from this company. They're I'm discouraged from buying other kits from their company. Like if it was a little bit better and if the instructions were better. The instructions were written by someone who does not know how to explain. Because what they just tell you is attach this to that. Like I understand that I need to attach this to that. Thanks. Just tell me how. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't explain me how to bend the things? In which direction do I need to bend them? Like, there was nothing in the instructions that told me to bend the muzzle itself. Not the muzzle itself. The head part of the muzzle cutout in, so I would be able to saw them in together. Like there was nothing about that. Zero info. Yeah, again, like it would have been better as if I went if again, but it's a hindsight. DIY doing a DIY would have been better option in this case. But then again, I didn't want to buy it. It was a gift because I said the plushie was cute. And I would like to have a plushie like that, but that kind of backfired. I'm not saying the gift was bad, but I'm just saying the kit itself and the instructions there are awful. Gift was nice, and considering it wasn't the only gift, it was only a part of the gift, so it wasn't a full gift. Oh, hi Johan. It's like experienced. No, it was. I think it was like a. Okay, it had a rating where like difficulty rating, and I think it was closer to one of the easiest ones. So it wasn't like, oh, that's an expert thing with a ready to go things. No, it clearly has like it has an explanations on like how to sewing types and how to do certain sewing techniques like in a in the understandable way. So like that clearly was taken from their other experience. So like that was clearly written by a different person. But the this specific instruction for this specific product was like bad. And it's I still have to finish it. I don't know if I will be able to because I have a feeling I might get frustrated and just not finish it. I hope I won't because I want to finish it, but I have a feeling that I might get frustrated at some point at it. And also to be fair, it is the it is the probably would be a hardest part of it. I considering it like contains like maybe half of the mm, cutouts that I made. Oh yeah, Johan, I will quickly re-explain it. Yeah, I will quickly re-explain it to Johan because they missed me explaining. So there there is this piece that is the face. It looks like something like this. First of all, um, and this is like the additional fabric that you're supposed to connect the other pieces to. So first of all, um, it asked me to attach these pieces together, which is like this is the white part, this is the brown part, and it asked me to attach uh, this here and this here, right? There's also a hole here, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but this part, this part is marginally bigger than this part, and I need to attach this to this, and it said nothing about like sort of slightly bending this part, so I had to figure that out because you need to attach these things together, right? Because you need this part to be inside of the plushie, and you need to saw in like these parts. It's not. That's the problem. It's not. It's like it shows like that you can easily attach it, and it's not on the pictures. It like shows. I'll try to. I have a paper. I'll try to draw how they show it because the way they show it is even more confusing. So okay, what they show you is that this piece is there. I will not draw the rest because only this part matters. what they draw is that there's this part. On top of it, they draw it, and then obviously it's like there's additional fabric. They draw it like this, and they draw lines here, here, here. Okay, and they assume that this is the like front of the face of the fabric, and this is backwards. So this is the first picture. You should bring it next time. Okay, so this is the first picture, and the second picture looks awesome. Okay, so I'm drawing it. It's basically the same frame, right? Where it's still the front of the piece. This is the front of the piece. And this is how it looks. No. And I'm not even shitting you. And they show you that you need to saw this together. And there's also, they show you that you need to attach it with things, right? And they show you that this piece is like this or something. Because it just points out there, I guess. The problem is, no, I know that the picture is not wrong. I know the picture is technically correct. But the way they show you to attach this part, this specific, the front of it, the arrows go from this to the to this side. They supposed to, how they supposed to go? I will draw a red line. They're supposed to go from here to here, then from here to here, and then from here to here, technically speaking. Because this part is like where you saw them together in, right? Still technically not wrong, because the arrows they show are technically correct. Problem is that it's not supposed to go from here to here. It's supposed to go from here to here, because here there's no additional fabric. There can't be additional fabric. And the problem with this drawing is that they show you the same size here as sawn in to the edge. So like this is how they sewed together. And technically they sewn this part. So they sewn on the picture how they show it to you. They sewn this part with this part, and not this part with this part. Do you know what I mean? And on the drawing where with the reference image, there's like this, they show it, they draw this, and this is the edge. The image is completely wrong. And but that's not the worst part. That is, no, that's definitely not AI. This is human drawn. Problem with that. You see, problem with that. It's okay. You can figure that out. It's not like you can't. I know what they mean by showing this. The image is wrong. That's not the step that pissed me off. So, okay, next step where I attached the two side pieces of the face. I already attached them. So This is what they show me on as a next step, where I need to attach the muzzle. So what they show me is this is the piece with attached things already, where there is like a additional layer, not layer, the whatever, this space that you, and from here to here, there's like they try to show that, oh yeah, you saw them together. Good job. They're so perfect and awesome. So they show you that these are attached, which is whatever. I don't care. There's so many lines. Regardless, on the image, on the image, uh, I'm gonna extend it a little bit so you can. On the image, there's this hole for the muzzle. It's very small. Then there is there is another circle that's supposed to be. You would think that this is a space for to saw the parts together, right? And then there's this markings where the muzzle is supposed to be oriented for. So this is the first image, and on top of it, they show you the muzzle. The muzzle part is shown like this, which is good luck figuring out which direction it is. But from reading the instructions, you can figure out that it is inverted or whatever. And again, reading the instructions, good luck, because you barely understand. So they show you the arrow, and in the instruction, they tell you to put the muzzle on the piece and push it through, right? That's it. That's what they tell you, and that's what the image shows. I'm not even kidding. In the reality, this small hole has nothing to do with anything. Because if you push out the muzzle through this small hole, how it would look from the front is this is the thingy, this is the other thingy. It's like multicolored, cool, cute, whatever. It would look like this. It would look like a long nose because it's the hole is very small. And how they explain it, and I know it's not right, but they tell you to tie this to this, which in the end would look like you would see the stitches, which is not right. Like, what the fuck? So you push this thing through the thing, and in the end, this piece of fabric supposed to be left inside. I am guessing what it's supposed to mean. And this piece of fabric they tell you nothing about. They don't tell you what to do with it and how to align it. So I assume you need to stitch this side of this fabric to this fabric. But this fabric goes outside, right? No. This fabric, turns out, needs to be gone. On the reference image, like on the paper cutouts that I was supposed to do, they only had a small hole, and they asked to mark this. But then I look on the reference image where they show you the pieces, and it shows you that you need to cut this whole big part out. They show you with scissors that you need to cut all this. So there's supposed to be a hole here gone. And then you push muzzle through and it looks proper now because it looks like this. It looks like a bump, which is supposed to look like. And then I had to figure that one out because it doesn't tell anything or shows anything in the instructions. Okay, it kind of shows it, but it's not obvious that it's related to that step because it is on a completely different image. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to bend this fabric a little bit in and then attach it to this part. It nothing in the instructions about that. Zero. And on the rest of the images, it doesn't look like it's attached like this. It looks like it's attached how they draw it. I'm just gonna recreate the part with the muzzle. How they show it on the rest of the pieces, how it's attached. Um, so they draw a dotted circle. Then they draw a line and a line and another dotted circle. And then I I guess they're trying to show that it's pushed in by drawing two lines like this. Not two, but three, but that they're like supposed to be the parts with the nose that are two attached. And like, no, that's not how you attach it. That doesn't make any sense. Because that implies that I stitched this part, which I did. But then what the fuck is all that? What is this? What is this part? It's not a muzzle. And it's not a muzzle. It's not a part of a muzzle. It's not a part of. It looks like it's a part of the fucking front face. That and I stitched this, and they don't explain it. They just tell you to push the muzzle through, and that's it. I fucking hate these instructions, and I had a meltdown over them while I was doing them. Because I couldn't figure out what the fuck am I supposed to do. The evolution instructions, they truly are. It's again, I am certain that the steps are right and they're in the right order, but they lack explanation. They just tell you, oh yeah, attach this piece to that. Which I can figure it out that myself. It's not it's not hard to realize that I need to attach this to that. Even without fucking words. Explain me in words how to properly align things and how to even approach this. Like, zero input. There's nothing of input in these instructions. Yeah, I guess. But again, on the box it said it's like, oh, beginner level. And the instructions about how to saw, how to use different stitching, they are very well explained, and they have decently, like, I can figure that out. It's not that hard. The sewing like methods or whatever, it's not that hard by itself. But the instructions do be okay with how they explain that part. The part that, but the actual part that's supposed to explain to me how to do it, like what, it doesn't even tell you anywhere on how, like, which methods of stewing in stuff together you need to use. I had to also figure that part out because it also doesn't explain that anywhere. Because I guess I don't need to know. Thanks. Like I read through the instructions, uh, and I think only time it mentions that I need to use like some specific sewing method is when I'm doing a specific sewing that it shows that. So like, like it's not that hard to figure that out. Wait, yeah, no, yeah, okay. I was thinking. I was well. No, oh, Ella, hydrate. Okay, I have sparkling water today. I don't have tea, by the way. Well, may you repeat what you said before about being a vampire? I am only a vampire when I'm sucking dick. So, what that information gives you? I don't suck dick during the day because then I will burn in the sun. But but also, I'm pretty certain that there is a much better way to attach a muzzle to a plushie dog or whatever than this method that they use. Because what do you mean? Why didn't I do it before? Because I was like, I was following the instructions. I would imagine there is a better way of attaching a muzzle, but by using a little bit more fabric, as like, because that muzzle is two different pieces of fabric, as by itself it's two different pieces of fabric, and I would imagine you can do that with one piece of fabric by just cutting it in a specific way and then stitching it in a way where it's like bent, you know. But that's only in my brain. Maybe like that's not efficient. Maybe that is a higher skill level endeavor. Oh yeah, I heard that the music died, but I was kind of talking about different things. Let's see what we have. Sure, let's go with this one. I think this is a decent piece of hand. I plan to finish all three today. By the way, I don't know how I'm gonna do that without staying up too late. But if it goes decently quickly, I might sneak in some sketches. So we'll see how that goes. Did reduce the time? No, it's fine. It's a stream after all. I'm supposed to talk. It doesn't matter how long it will take. What I'm saying is that I should finish it. And my only concern is that I don't want to. So I'm okay with staying up late, but me talking up late in the same volume at least will probably keep some people up. And I'm not the kind of person who wants to be noisy. I don't mind making some small yab breaks, especially if it like gives me later a bit of a boost, you know? Just like charging up my ultimate. frustration boost. Yes, exactly. I'm more efficient when I'm frustrated. To be fair, most of these stickers are like most of these, all three of them are not okay. Two of them are very simple, so they shouldn't require a lot of time. Like, technically speaking, this one is almost already lined up in line art, and I just finished sketching it. So the other one needs a little bit of a touch up. Third one though, maybe I would have to reline it from the scratch, but we'll see how it looks. I hope it is distinctive enough from the thumbs up one. Also, I forgot to mention, sorry if you hear a bunch of crackling on noise in the background. It's my fan. The thing about my fan is it can't work at lower speed because the button that is for adjusting the speed is broken, so it's stuck on a max speed and I can't do anything about it. So it blows so hard that it like almost falls at certain angles. So it crackles because it's like fighting for its own life, not fall. So it's a turning fan. It spins and turns left to right, and it has like the stand it's on has 4 feet, and when at certain angles, it the it's like technically pushing itself off with the air it blows, and it because it's only on like 2 feet, it starts tilting and almost falling. It has. I put I put a backpack on its feet so it won't fall, but it tries. So oh, your capybara looks way cooler than my dog. Okay. Which do I start with? Do I want to finish thumbs up? Or do I want to finish thumbs down? Or do I want to finish sketching book? I'll... You know what? I'll finish the book since I already started. Since I already started lining stuff, I might as well keep going. I need to build another one. Is the Kenny from South Park? Nice. I actually did not have any plushies before Johan gifted me a shark. The only thing that is close to, like, let's call it cutesy memorabilia. No, that's not a shark. Johan gifted me a proper plushie shark, not the dog. The dog came with the bad instructions. The shark was already assembled. The only thing that I had was I still have I have a ad of a character from League of Legends that I bought at a gaming convention in like 2016, 17 maybe. It was a very long time ago. I know because I remember on that convention there was like official, not strictly official, but it was like Valve endorsed Dota tournament. So and since Valve doesn't do that anymore in Russia. Yeah, if the shark came with bad instructions, I would have cried. It'd be very sad, and I would not be friends with Jochen anymore over a plushie. That's what I do. Imagine. No, right? It's easier to redraw that line. It's together. Yeah, looks fine. Shut up, Nightbot. Nobody asked. What do you think of the take that dragons are an original OC at this point? I. What is original OC to begin with? Because technically speaking, any OC is an original. Since, well, you're usually basing it off of something. So, unless you create a whole as world with different species and only then you create characters, you're technically an original. What the thing... I only find people's OC are... I don't like the term unoriginal. I don't... Again, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not... It's... I don't care. I don't care about what people's character of choice is. It doesn't matter for me. If we're talking specifically like, oh, this character, what I specifically dislike about OCs and all this character culture is that when people make them into like toys for sale, like oh yeah, let me have this character that I've spent so much time using to associate myself with, and then let me throw it out, even though I spent like maybe a couple $1,000s on artwork for it, and then just sell it. I know that it usually doesn't come from malice. Maybe a person needs money or something, but like that feels a bit disingenuous if you do that, you know? No, that's different. I mean, when the person sells their OC that they had, it's like... Not add off. That's different. That's basically like selling pre-made things, I guess. It's similar to drawing someone an OC. It's closer to that. And instead of it being custom, it's like pre-made. It's a bit different. What I mean is the person selling their own OC that they used for a long time and had like all this artwork with, and they just sell it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know in many cases people do that because they need money. But if I needed money, I would probably look for other options, I guess. Because if the artwork is the only place you're putting in money, that's a very bad investment. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Investing all your money into custom artwork is a very bad investment. Well, I guess it pays off if someone buys your OC, but then again we're coming back to that being disingenuous. Like you can technically do that as a business, like creating a character, uh, having it for a while, getting a bunch of artwork for it, and then just selling it to someone. That can be a business, I guess. Not business, but like long-term investment where artist inflation goes slower than the rest of the world, I guess. I don't think that's the case, but someone doesn't have one, but a friend makes them. That's closer to custom. Is it like because well, you would possibly get the same treatment if you commissioned OC from an artist. It's like I did several OCs for people at this point as a commission. I mean, majority of the input was done by me. Like, I would be like, "Do you want this? Do you want that? How do you feel?" I would be throwing ideas. They only had like, "Oh yeah, I want it to be this, that, and that," but it's like general sentiments, and then I would customize it with like additional questions, I guess, specifically tailored for that person. And I would assume you would get similar treatment when you are drawing it for a friend. And enough when you asked for some, didn't know anything about it and did a general pro. I asked you what it is. Because I couldn't figure out what is that. So I asked you if it's a protogen, and he told me it was a protogen, so I drew a protogen. I didn't go, oh yeah, that's a protogen. I couldn't on the image that you sent me, that didn't look like a protogen. That maybe like closer to something that is I don't know, the android-esque. It looks closer to human taste than, you know, furry protogen on the image that you've originally sent me. Oh, I remember how me and you were talking about um, being commissioned and commission prices and yada yada. So there is a guy who lives close to me who I hanged out a couple of times. I met him on Bark. Um, and he told me like I told him you can send me your ref shit. I can draw your character. I can sketch your character on stream when I eventually do that. And he was like, I don't have a character sheet. I was like, ah. He was like, I commissioned an artist, but they are like, it's been a while since I did that, and they only just started, but it's like in a sketch phase. And then they sent me initial sketch, and it's like, okay. And I asked like, how much was it? And they say something to in the proximity of like $120. I will not be showing a sketch on the artist. Furry app? Never heard of. Yeah, it's furry dating app. It's a bar Q, like B R and then Q, like Q at the end. And it's one like close. It is in the realm of $100, and I'm like, what? That's so much for what you've just sent me. Well, assuming it's a sketch, I would assume it's like rendered or something. But I'm just saying, oh, that's a lot. He's like, yeah, but I paid it. It was like I paid like a year ago, and I'm sitting there like, I would not take money from someone a year in advance for the commission. I would maybe take a down payment, but no more than like $20 without being certain that I will finish it. Like, how would I know that I will be able to finish it if I'm not even close to starting it? Like, what? Why would they take money? And I was so confused, and I was like, I was like, would that be too much for the data? The thing is, like, I asked, what's in the ref sheet? Like, what do you get? He was like, it's back and front of the character and a headshot. And I'm like sitting there, and I will, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot. And then I'm like, I also recently did a ref sheet for someone. And I'm like, do you want to see it? And he was like, sure. And I pull it out. Let me find it, because it's been a while. Was it in November? I think it was in November, yes. It's been a while. So it's been a while since I did that. Okay, whatever. Let me, where? No, don't insert it in a new layer. Oh, just open it. Oh my god. Are you gonna open it? It's frozen right now. Anyway, I did back in front of the character with a headshot, which is technically not even a headshot. It's almost a half body, and then pause. And I did it only for 60. I did it for $60. And it's not even like, you know, when people usually do ref sheets where they the they just take this and then they flip it and just draw over in the same pose. No, I did 2 different poses and a half body basically, and the pause. Is it a Pokemon? It is based on a Pokemon. It's a hybrid of a fox, and if I'm not mistaken, it's some woolly wool Pokemon. I don't remember how it's called. I can find what it's called if you give me probably Blaziken. Yes, let me check. No, not Blaziken. I'm assuming it's supposed to be Ampharos or Mareep. Probably Mareep. Let me find a thread where they sent me this the thing, because closed. Mega Ampharos. I assume it's that. Images. Yeah, Mega Ampharos. Yes, this guy. It's so small. This guy. Oh my god, why is it so pixelated? So it's like this. You can see a little bit of resemblance, I guess, in some spots. Mostly tail. They didn't want the tail, but they wanted sort of like fluff tail. They wanted a fox and a hybrid of that Pokemon. What relation has with that, Mike? What do you mean? It has a little bit of... It looks a little bit... Mostly the tail. They wanted mostly the tail, and they wanted anthropomorphic fox. And they sent me one OC drawing that they wanted similar. So like they wanted tail like on this image. And I think I did a close job. I did it a little bit differently. It's less fluffy on the, but it kind of fits more with the with the style I was doing it in. So it is different, but it is there. And most importantly, the fox. I think I nailed the colors very well. They wanted colors, like they wanted orangey / yellow and of course white, but I don't remember how I was doing it initially. There was a bunch of purple, and I had to convince them to not add purple because purple was standing out too much. Fox thing doesn't really combine with that. I guess that's why I made it mostly fox, and there's only like a tail that is a thing. They regardless, what matters that they liked it, and I did a decent job, I think, with conveying what they wanted, because I initially had no idea what the fuck am I gonna do. $60 for this, yes. For a thing they wanted. And I did it in a month. Okay, in a month, with a bit of a pause, I could have... With a month, if we don't count a time when I wasn't able to draw because I didn't have access to my computer. If we don't count that time, then it was a month. And I was just like, I was bewildered by the fact that a guy is waiting more than a year for his $120 commission ref sheet. And he only just got a sketch that looks... It doesn't look bad. And maybe like maybe it's like the artist's style. But I genuinely, like, I don't know how much input he has, and if he even like changed anything, or is he even allowed to change anything. But that's an art style I wouldn't pay $120, because it looks like something you can draw very quickly, and that is like not very... Like, you know, it's type of art style where artists draws a bunch of characters, and you look at them, and yeah, it's like the anime case where you only can distinguish a character by the hair color. Yeah, I know, right? 1 year of waiting, that's so long. Like, why would you wait for so long? Just, I don't know. Okay, to be fair, we don't know what happened. Maybe artists had like some situation where they couldn't draw for that long, and maybe he was a nice guy who agreed to wait until they can. But that still doesn't excuse the fact. Why did they take the money to begin with? That's the reason why I don't take money from people until like I literally like maybe halfway done. And even if something happens, I'm fairly certain that I will be able to finish it on like someone else's machine or laptop or anything. Like, because sketching on someone else's tablet is kind of hard. Possible, but kind of hard. But at least coloring is not that hard. So that thing I can do. And until I get to that part, I'm not confident with taking someone else's money. Yeah, that is also an option, but I'm kind of... maybe they don't have enough time. Regardless, I was bewildered by that fact, and they were like, "Oh, I should have if I knew, I would have commissioned you." And like, sure. Everyone says that, and then they don't commission. Again, I can show you the image that they sent me. Listen, people have different situations, you know? Let me find the thing. they showed me this, and I'm like, that looks very generic. That looks very generic and looks like the artists that just draw sticker packs for $120. Again, I'm not like shitting on artists, but that looks like an art style of a person who creates a bunch of characters that will can only be different distinguished by their hair color. That is just stealing. Stealing what? I wasn't. What do you mean stealing? I have the sketch that they showed me because I asked them for the ref sheet. Oh, you're talking about the year. I guess but again, I don't know the situation. Maybe artist had a thing that going on and couldn't draw. But like I don't know. Oh, $120 for stickers. It was a joke. I mean, like sticker packs, maybe like I don't know, 30 of them. You know, like one of these sticker packs that are like the person commissions, and there's like stack of 50 stickers that like are just redraws of memes. I don't like that. I don't like stickers in general. I'm going on that sticker rant again. I don't like stickers. And I think that is justified, not liking stickers as a medium. Not stickers, reaction images, stickers that are... When the term stickers in the art space is so ruined now. Because now everyone thinks about those reaction images, which is not what the sticker is. How much would you say stickers cost now? Honestly, it more depends on... It's complicated because in some cases it depends from the character you're drawing it for, if you're talking reaction images. But in majority cases, I would say that what determines the price of the sticker is how unique the artist can draw the stickers. Because if it's like generic, oh yes, smiley face, laughing face, and then then those are kind of worthless in my opinion. Like, I guess because they're custom stickers and it took time, they can't be worth nothing, but like, I wouldn't price them very high. I would personally, even if I drew stickers for like a complex character and I was trying to do them very unique and distinguished from each other, where like every single reaction image is basically like a meme that is god tier reaction image that will be used on Twitter. I wouldn't even ask for more than 10. Again, but if it's a complex character, and complex character like that's half of the cost, so maybe then 5, if it's a simple character, because they're not hard to draw in general. The hard part is making them stand out, because again, that one character that artist drew as a sticker pack some time ago, like a fox or whatever, and you can just take their and just recolor them on as your character, and what would that worth? And so they can do the same, and what would that worth? And blah, 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 whatever. Wow, I'm going on a rant that will lead me nowhere. So let's drop that. And I'm gonna focus on finishing the line art for this. No, it's one thing when it's something that you do for yourself, or if it's explicitly been asked by a commissioner. But that's the other thing when you're like offering people that and be like, oh yeah, this. It's definitely not because I'm lazy. Like I did that. I did that with the sticker pack. The laughing one was a redraw of a meme as well. But what I did is that I said I can draw this as this meme if you want, but I can also draw it as a normal thing. And he was like, I want this meme because this looks funny. And I said, okay, so I did that. And again, redrawing certain things is okay if the commissioner wants it, but like when you're drawing 1 billionth time the same thing, I don't know. Blah. And that's what most of the sticker packs that are people commissioning feels like, for me at least. No. Personality. I guess you can call it that. Oh, I just remembered one of my pet peeves that I have with Telegram stickers, for example, is that when the when the artists add to like a sticker pack in Telegram specifically, they add a sticker that just like basically stickers made by uh, this artist, and there's like a link, and it's like a separate sticker. It's why like I know you want self promotion, but why? That stretch and hydrate. Okay, give me a second. I know it's self promo and you want like more followers over there. I've yet to see anyone um be like introduced to an artist through these stickers, because again, only people who care about these custom stickers are either people who whose character it is, and thus they already know who the artist is, or people who can't afford getting a custom sticker pack, so they just found a similar character to theirs, or maybe just like by vibe, similar sticker pack of what they would like. And in the end, you're promoting to audience that doesn't care. Like a person who already has a sticker pack would most likely not be like opening that sticker pack to look, oh, yeah, that artist, I want to know who made these stickers. No, nobody does that. Stretch. Yeah. And hydrate. Such useless marketing. To be, I understand that it's what it's for, and the marketing is, of course, nice, I guess. But like, eh, I don't know, seems pointless. And it's not, and people who wouldn't like that, like in their sticker pack, or if it's in a requirement, it's just like making people put that in their sticker pack is very like as a requirement. Oh yeah, you can use my drawings only if you put this promo in your sticker pack. Which is okay, bro. Bad fame is still fame. This should be the same case, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like upset with capitalism. Okay, so yeah, let's do some adjustment on this one, and then I can start coloring them. Oh yeah, right. I also need to do scales. And even though it's like already sort of darkish, it's not dark yet, but it's darker. The sun is closer to being setting down. Still in the sky, but it is on the horizon. It's still so hot. Like I'm still dying of how hot it is. Not off from. Oh my god. See, that's what I'm saying. Ah, it's worst here when it is. I don't think. Do you live nearby the ocean? How close are you to the ocean? because here it's very humid, and because of that, it's awful. Because it's so humid in the air, I can't. I can't. One 150. Oh, that's sort of close. Oh, well, it's like maybe 20. Um, Regardless, it's very humid in here, and because of that, it's just a nightmare. The only place where it's not like, oh, I'm dying is maybe Metro. If I go to Metro, I maybe not be experiencing insane heat. Here it's tropical, so winter kills us. I see. I live probably in the worst climate because here during the winter the winters here are something. They're not like cold, but they're wet. So when the cold hits, it becomes awful. And because like everything freezes and now it's ice. And it's not horribly cold, but it's decently cold. It gets to like maybe minus 20, 30 degrees. Still kind of cold, but not disgustingly cold. Um, but the problem is that because the region is humid, not region, but area is humid, they're crying about minus. Yeah, I know. Let me let me tell you how hot it is right now here. It was minus no, wait, minus. It was 25 degrees today. And it's 90% humidity. So not 90. Oh, wait, that's tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is gonna be rain. Uh, what? No. I mean, humidity today, 55. 55 humidity today. For summer there, it's cold in general. At this point here should be like 32, 37, 38. I guess, but the problem is it's gonna be hotter and it's already very humid. I'm already dying, and it's gonna be worse, and I know it because the usually we hit about 30, 35 at in the midst of the summer. Like maybe middle of July, we'll start getting those 30-degree heat, and it's gonna be disgusting. Gotta suck more. Yeah, I guess I gotta suck more. Okay. I'm not too upset about this one. This one looks silly. I didn't even spend much time sketching or lining. Like I get why now not now, but I get why people draw in very simplistic styles because it's quicker and it's easier and you get your result very quickly. Like, I just can't. This is out of my normal drawing process. But it's cheap. No, it's not. Oh, I forgot scales. Right. Better make it harder than faster. I don't know. No, that's not what I mean. The simple art can also be good. It doesn't mean it's bad. What I'm saying is that in those majority of cases where the simplistic art style that people choose to use in their is because it's like quick and easy, and you get your results very quick and easy. Because not a lot of people have time or patience, and I get why. I just can't do that myself. Mostly it's because I imagine things differently, I would assume. Because, like, when I imagine something, it's more detailed, I guess. And I want it to be more detailed. So I draw it more detailed. Process should be the focus, not the result, but actually, result is also important. Result is your reward for doing. Okay, at some point when you're learning, yeah, the process is more important than result. But when it's something that you're like doing as a thing, no, the result is probably more important than process. Both matter, just in different situations they matter a bit differently. What I'm thinking for at some point in time in the future, I want to get um first of all, I want to get an iPhone to be able to use Live 2D with iPhone face recognition. I am not sure if I will be able to, because that involves me buying a app on the App Store. And as far as I'm aware, Apple services are blocked in Russia right now by the Russian government, not the Apple. So maybe I would have to make someone pay for it and then maybe draw them something. That is an option. Um, and then I also want either another camera or a rig where I would be able to put a camera in a way where I would be able to show you things on my table, so I can do like streams with arts and crafts or something. You wouldn't mind helping out that? Sure. I mean, I have people who I already did similar things with. There were cases where people were buying me games on Steam, so you can show us the instructions. The instructions were in Russian, so you probably wouldn't understand them. But I would be able to show you images from instructions, so I guess that also counts. But yes, so I can show you images from the instructions that were awful. What I meant is maybe I can. Well, first of all, I would be able to have a camera of my hands so you could see my tablet or something. Um, I also don't mind streaming with my webcam, not with my VTuber model. But being honest, maybe maybe there's a small possibility I will create an alt account and I will have a account where I would play games and it won't be associated with this account. So I won't be a furry. It will be like my alt, but it's a normie alt, you know? And nobody will be able to tell because I would use a voice changer. You can't be normal anymore. I can be freaky. What is normal? Like maybe I'll be like a IRL fanboy dressing up and uh, streaming hardcore games where I would die, and for every death, I would undress a little. So if you see anyone who uses that formula as their streaming, you can count on the fact that it's me who is doing that. And I hot tubs and beaches or whatever. Hot tub and bitchless. I know, right? Just sitting there alone in a hot tub, no bitches, just sad. Oh, Netbot, you need to be normal. Record to draw chin fin. Politically correct and looking at cute animals. No. He needs to dress up as a femboy, play hardcore games, and undress each time they die. Um, yeah, that's what AI was created for. To be submissive and breedable without breeding. I need to do it from afar. Boring. What would you do if you were submissive and breedable? Would cry for my destiny not to be it. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. You get free drinks and cookies. Yeah, I have experience being submissive and breedable. Can't you tell? Music is gone. Where is the music? Come back. Ah, there we go. Yeah. It does sound cool. Uh, okay, I'm on shrimping. This guy looks so fucked up. Uh, Aurora! Hello, hello, hello. I can't believe that. First of all, I know Roomba was here. And since you and Roomba are so close, you... Aw, rest in peace, Audio. Hello. Were you stalking me from Roombas? Say again what you said. I said hi, and I said that Roomba was on stream before. So I asked, were you stalking me from Roomba's place? No, Roomba is not close to you. You need to like steal Roomba. Wait, what the? Oh. Working on it. Better be working quicker. Roomba isn't in a dangerous situation. You need to extract him. Roomba is dying of heat. Yeah, I'm also dying from heat. It's actually very terrible here. Yeah, you need to blow on them. That would help a lot, I know. Blowing on me would also help a lot. And I know that. Yo. Sadly, I am locked from visiting Johan. Not until I'm done with this commission. Yeah, I know, I know. Yeah. The DIY kit that Jochen gifted to me was so bad. I don't want to be friends with Jochen anymore. I wasn't gonna tell it again. I'm not gonna tell it the third time. Even if you want it, I would just tell you to rewatch the stream. By the way, Aurora, when are you gonna start working in the game? That's bowing. What? On the 67th of the month. So let's see. It would be 31st. Then we left. So it would be August. No, it would be September. September the 5th. Yeah. So you're gonna start working in September? Maybe after my retake on 6th of July. So I'll be a bit busy with internship during July. I should have time to allocate to the game. Oh, don't cry, Aurora. It will be fine. We'll do it eventually. Jochen is gonna start working on assets very soon. So hopefully we'll mostly be done. To be fair, there's not a lot of things left to do. Like what do we have to do? We have to figure out the background movement, which, well, I guess it's a thing that we need to figure out. And that's mostly it. Some animations, but I can do that. And like a start menu, settings. I don't think that we really need. Okay, sound settings would be fine. We can just copy the thing you did for my game for my game, and that's it. We don't really need to do anything else. We would just need to bug test on some cones, and that's it. Technically, like, game is mostly done already. Maybe figure out spawning a little bit better, a bit more consistent, but other than that, not really much left to be done. And you don't randomly die. Yeah, from heat. Hopefully not. What do we think, guys? Is this fire? Yeah, I'm not even sure if it fits. Okay, it does. There we go. It's very silly, like, yes. I'm gonna move it. No, not just this layer. Oh my god. I forgot how laggy it is with layer styles turned on. And this peak. Sure. I probably can add like this thing. I'm gonna do that. Let me turn that off. Once in a while I wanna. Yeah. I actually, what I found out a little bit, it's not that I didn't know it beforehand, but what I found out, I'm just getting awfully distracted from drawing. That's when I'm not drawing. Like all the times when I was like, oh yeah, I want to draw, I just wouldn't draw because I was distracted by something else. And that, I guess I didn't really put the puzzle in together. And now hopefully I will start drawing more because I'll try to pay attention to that. Okay. So now the yeah, I know, but I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about I'm self focused. I know it's not the same as in your case, but I'm just saying that what happened to me and what I figured out at some point. As like at some point fairly recently. Okay, I think we send it. Export. Oh, I wanted right. I wanted to test this thing. What is that? It's like towers. Couldn't start the promotion. Start again. Why? They're not allowing me to start the promotion. Oh, I probably can only start it while I'm not streaming. Whatever. By the way, Aurora, you didn't get a sub. It's so sad. Designer. Okay, save file. File. Art. Thumbs up. 320. by 320. Save. Resize 320. Okay. Export it. There we go. Okay, next one. Comes down. Why is my tablet up? What the f- Hello? My tablet is reversed now for some reason. It's not flipped, but it's reversed. Like horizontally wise. What happened? Now it's normal, okay. Ugh. Okay. I will probably do a quick flat on this one. And then I will take a short break. Almost 3 hours. Well, yeah, but I took another tiny break at 1 hour mark, I think. I definitely need to drink some water, so I'm gonna do that right now for free. Okay, you didn't have to pay. I just drank. Things aren't free. There's a lot of free things. What are you talking about? Yeah. Like Abraham Lincoln's operation. Operation. Yes. Do you think Abraham Lincoln loves me? I think his lawyer wasn't free. Yeah. If you say his name right, he may. Ball. Forgot scales on this one. Wow. I zoned out a little. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. You're not gonna sound him? You think I'm saying it wrong? But I'm trying so hard. Abraham Lincoln. 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 No, autism testing. What do you mean? You weren't even here yesterday. Shut up. I don't even know what I'm referencing. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Baba Haleva. Abraham Lincoln. Rabba. Kabakabibakaba. Baba. Gabagabagabaga. Go 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 up. Go out go go out. Go go gaga. Does this guy look intimidating? I wouldn't evaluate my money. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see how good. Okay, break time. Break. Break time. I will be right back. Here, have some bread. Bread. Wheat. Go away, bread. Um. Okay. Good. No, you should have enjoyed. Where's the Where's the German part? What? Why the fuck am I speaking with an accent? Oh, but that's the German bread says to Austrian bread. That's that should have been the joke. Oh, okay. I'm done doing little stretches. I'm not sure I'll be able to not stream, finish all of them today. Sent a cool video. I'll watch it after the stream. I will do this one, and then I will finish the stream because I'm not finishing the third today. No, not in this universe. Cat sneezed. Like, yeah, literal loud sneeze. Why are you sneezing, my guy? Hmm. Oh, quiet. Ага. Не понял. А, понял. Why did I switch to Russian? I was so confused that I switched to Russian. Yeah, I can tell. Like, almost like something's missing. And it's not the chin pin. I don't know. I mean, it's there. No. Well, come back. I don't hate it. It's not perfect. And nothing ever will be, so I'm kind of okay with it. I'm go sleep in a bit. I'm logging off the stream. Have a good night, Woke. Don't let the cat bite. You have a good night. I will also be finishing up soonish. Because first of all, I can't really talk very loud right now. And you probably can tell. And second, well, I'm not sleepy, but I will probably get sleepy soonish. The middle finger has a surprise. I guess. I guess it does. Okay. File, export. Let me thumbs down. Oh, I didn't realize that. It is funny. Good one. Oh, nobody heard that. Well, okay. Let me find someone to raid. Is there someone who I am following streaming? Ooh, sure, let's raid the little guy, little boy, guy boy. Goodbye. Nice, screechy scratching. Okay. Have a good night who has a night. Have a good day who has a day. Thanks for watching. I will go eat something.